I think the San Francisco 49ers have a legitimate problem on their hands. And I think it lies within their own division. I really do. Man, I've been looking at this. There's just certain coaches who give certain coaches like fits, give them problems. And I think Mike Macdonald might be I think he might be Kyle Shanahan's kryptonite. I really do, guys. I'm not even kidding. Let's just go back. So 2023 Baltimore versus San Fran. And in 2023, that would be when the San Francisco 49ers would eventually go and, they got into the Super Bowl that year against Kansas City, who they lost against. Yo, you're not subscribed? Come on, man. Why you not subscribed? Be sure to drop a like on this video as well while you're at it. And be sure to follow me on Instagram. Drop any topic of discussion, any question in there. We can make a video on it. Even if you have a player, we can do some film review on them as well. All right, now let's get back to the video. They got into the Super Bowl that year. So the San Francisco 49ers were a pretty damn good team in that year. They were. But earlier in the year, they went up against the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh, and Mike Macdonald. And if you remember this, you would know that defense gave Brock Purdy, Kyle Shanahan, and that offense fits. Like, they literally gave them problems. If you look at the score of that game, it was 33-19. 33-19. San Francisco only scored 2 touchdowns. They got a safety and they got a field goal in the first quarter, but they only got 2 touchdowns. They literally shut down that San Francisco offense. All right, now let's go back to last season, because I guess you could say 2 years ago, 2024, but Coach Macdonald's first year as a head coach. So you go back and look at Seattle, right? In Seattle, here's the thing. Seattle under Coach Macdonald was like bad on the defensive side in the first half of the season. But the second half of the season, the Seattle Seahawks defense really started to mold and really started to come together under Coach Macdonald. They really did. So the first half of the season, they weren't as good. They played San Francisco in last year, 2024, I guess you could say. But like, they played them in that game last season. First game was 36-24. San Francisco would end up winning that game, 36-24. Okay? And I understand San Francisco went through shit last year. I understand that. But you do also have to give the benefit of the doubt, like, to the Seattle Seahawks having a rookie head coach against Kyle Shanahan. So if you look at the second game that year, the Seattle Seahawks beat San Francisco 20-17. Now, I understand injuries. I understand that. I completely understand. A lot of injuries, a lot of stuff going on. But at some point, you just got to figure it out. Now, let's go to the next season. This last season that we just watched. First game of the year. They play the Seattle Seahawks. And the Seattle Seahawks would lose this game. San Francisco would they ended up winning this game 17-13. San Francisco 49ers are more healthy. They got Nick Bosa, they got Fred Warner. They got more pieces to work with this first of the season. So they end up beating the Seahawks 17-13. All right. Let's go to the second game of the season. Seattle Seahawks beat the San Francisco 49ers 13-3. That was the game that we all know. It was for the first seed. It was for the first seed in the NFC getting home field advantage. San Francisco really needed that. They couldn't do it. Their offense could not score. 13-3. A Shanahan offense put up 3 points. They put up 3 points, a Shanahan offense. Insane. All right. Then you go to this game, this last game yesterday. They go up against the Seattle Seahawks. And I understand it's been a rough season for the 49ers. I get that. But to lose 6-41, 6 points. Kyle Shanahan's offense put up 6 damn points, dude. Do you guys not see the trend with this team? Do you not see the trend with Coach Shanahan up against Macdonald? There is a trend there. Like, I do really think he is his kryptonite. I think Macdonald is Shanahan's kryptonite. Some coaches just have kryptonite. Just look at this, man. Pass scores against Seattle. 6, 3, 17, 17, 36. That was earlier on last year, like I told you. Okay? And then you look at the Baltimore game. 19. They put up 19 points. That coach is going to stay in that division. So as much praise as we've gave Kyle Shanahan this year, rightfully so. I do think that Coach McDonald really gives him problems within that division. And they're going to need to figure it out. Because Brock Purdy in these games up against Mike McDonald, he has not played good. He hasn't. And that's something you really have to look at. I don't know how they figure it out, man. But obviously the Niners are going to be good. They're going to be good next year. But it's like, dude, if you have a team within your division that's Kryptonite, two-year head coach who is an offensive guru, viewed as an offensive guru, you got to worry about that. You got to look at that too. You got to, I don't know, man. I don't know how San Francisco, I'm not saying they can't get past it, but there's a hell of a trend there.